Well, hello there, and thank you for joining me for another broadcast of God's podcast. I'm your host, God is Gracious, and my subject today is Charm is Deceitful and Beauty is Vain. This comes from Proverbs 31:30, which reads, Charm is deceitful and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Again, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Proverbs 31:30. The godly woman described in Proverbs 31 has one main defining trait from which all the others spring forth. She fears the Lord. She is a Christian and has surrendered her life to Christ. She has traded the world's way of defining womanhood and for God's way. She trusts him over the culture, worldly men and women, and perhaps even her own feelings. She is a blessed woman because God has blessed her. God has blessed her because she belongs to him, whom she lovingly fears as her father. The world values charm, but charming women is not to be trusted, as there is always a motive behind charm. The world values beauty as does God and men, but the external beauty of a woman must be kept in its proper place of priority. At the very least. The outward beauty will fade into old age. It is truly sad to see an elderly woman desperate to cling to her most prized possessions, her youth and beauty. This is not a woman to be praised. Now let's take a quick look at the three key points of Proverbs 31, beginning with number one. Charm is deceptive, like a coating of silver dross on earthenware over fervent lips with an evil heart. Enemies disguise themselves with their lips, but in their hearts they harbor deceit. Though their speech is charming, do not believe them. For 7 abominations fill their hearts. There are those who are naturally charming because they are innocent of deceit and have goodness in their hearts. But this verse is speaking of a common type of charm that hides deceptive motives. So again, charm is deceptive. Number 2, and beauty is fleeting. Because of the fall, humans get old and die of decay. All people are like grass, and all their faithfulness is like the flower of the field. The grass withers, the flower fails, it falls. God made us fearfully and wonderfully, and he even decided how we would look as we age. It is not wrong to want to look pleasing to your husband, but there is a cost when beauty becomes an idol. The world's way for a woman to dress is to entice. God's way is the cultivation of inner beauty. So again, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. And lastly, number 3, but the woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. The kingdom's life runs on the love and fear of the Lord. Again, the kingdom's life runs on the love and fear of the Lord. In this way, we can trust God with everything, even with how we look. The woman who fears the Lord will have external beauty in its proper perspective, in its proper place. She will love her neighbor, be a blessing to others, and show hospitality without employing deceptive charm to get her way. If you see a woman like this, especially if she is your wife, mother, or daughter, praise her and the God who made her. Glory to our God. How beautiful is this? And it is, again, talking about the difference between the kingdom of God and the world. And again, and it's speaking again, Proverbs 31, the Proverbs 31 speaks to what a virtuous woman is. So Proverbs verse 30 is just a part of that whole chapter. So it's talking about, actually the chapter, Proverbs 31 is talking about a virtuous woman. But it is letting us know, and this is for male or female, not just for female, that charm, of course, we can call it, men operate in it as well. Beauty, we call it whatever, but it's the same thing. It's just letting us know that, yes, charm is deceptive. Those that walk around charming and trying to charm someone, that they have an ulterior motive behind it. And beauty, of course, is fleeting. Beauty changes as we age and for all other kinds of reasons. And yes, outward beauty does not mean that there's inward beauty. You can get with someone who is very beautiful, and I tell you what, before it's all over with, you will wish you have never met them. At this point, you're not even seeing the beauty. The beauty means nothing because they are so ugly inside. So again, anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this brief broadcast of God's podcast. I really appreciate it. And until next time, as always, you, your family members, and friends be blessed. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday and an excellent weekend. Blessings. Bye-bye now. Thanks again.